It's a cold, cloudy, busy day here at Shady Acres. These are just 3 of probably 40 or 50 little bits and pieces that I've saved, little cutoffs from other pieces that I've turned with the full intention of turning them, and I believe I will turn all of these at some time or another. I'm trying to decide on today's piece. You know, you don't always have to make a bowl, obviously. A lot of people turn between centers. You can also make things like just decorations, something to set on a shelf. For instance, you might take this one and turn a series of circles or whatever, beads or something on there, put a nice finish on it, stand it up on a shelf, and there you have something to look at, piece of art. Or you could turn it into a little change dish. It's not very thick, about an inch thick, 5 by 7 inches. It's a beautiful piece of cherry plum. It has a flaw, and that's why I cut it off of the piece that I did. That's a chainsaw cut through there, and you can see it comes through here as well. But you know, you wouldn't even really see that if you had a nice decoration on here of some kind or another. And if that was the bottom, you wouldn't see that either, or the back. Or you could even incorporate it into your design, whatever you want to do. If you're going to set it up right, set it up like that, set it up like that. You've already got a vertical line going for you. Just do whatever it is you want to do to enhance that. Or this piece. Now what could you possibly do with that? Well, it looks like a bowl to me, or a dish at least. It's about 4 by 5, I guess. And if it was me turning it, I would most likely make a bowl out of it. That'd be the bottom. That'd be the top. And I'd just start cutting away. I might cut off some of this on the bandsaw first, just to reduce some of the height. You wouldn't have to, but you could. Or you could turn it away until you were happy with it, and then just make a little bowl in it, or a little dish. But I think this is going to be the one we're going to go with today. This is a piece of cherry plum, as is that other piece with the saw cut in it. And this is cut off of a piece that I got from Tuffy Marginez. And I'm going to make a little dish, and that's going to be the top right there. So you look at that and you think, well, what could I possibly do with that? Well, you can make a cute dish, and that's what I'm going to do. Top, bottom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or as we like to say here at Shady Acres Wood Shop, howdy. I'll show you how I'm going to get it mounted up, and we'll get to turning. I've installed my woodworm screw, but it's a little long for what I'm going to do here, so I'm putting a little 1/4 inch spacer on there. This is well, it's supposed to be 3/4 inch plywood, but it's less than that. And that's a 3/4 inch screw, and it'll come through and push right out here. So the spacer will take care of that, and then I'll just thread this board on here. And you can see I put some double-faced tape on here. The hardest part about working with this stuff is getting that little blue part off of there. Good thing I don't chew my fingernails. I can't get it. Sometimes a little knife will help. So now I want to get this centered as best I can. Luckily this board is just about the right size. And we'll bring up the tailstock, and we'll just apply some pressure to that piece of wood. And I'm going to let it sit there for about 5 minutes, and then we'll get to turning. And that tape, I've used it many times. It just holds. You wouldn't believe how well it holds. I've also used hot glue, and that works great as well. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Well, I decided to add a couple of clamps also, just because I can, not because I feel it's really necessary. Okay, 5 minutes. Well, I think that's going to hold on for us. I'm just going to kind of start small and work my way out, because I just don't know quite what to expect here. I don't know where we're gonna end up. I don't know what this side's gonna look like. Hopefully we'll get a bowl all the way around. I expect to, right down to here, but I don't know that that's the case. Gonna be turning at 1,000 RPM, 1/2 inch bowl gouge, mask and face shield on. See what that looks like. I think we can go a little bigger than that. Haven't hit over here yet. Oh, that's because we're missing it all together. Okay, we'll go a little bit bigger than that. Did we get any that time? Yeah, just barely. I don't really want to go much bigger. Maybe a tiny bit. Yeah, okay. Now I got to start watching my depth. We have our diameter. Well, I guess if I left this sticking up, made it a little smaller, it'd be a ring dish, huh? I don't know if I'll do that, but maybe. This is kind of fun. I'm gonna try that, see what it looks like. Yeah, maybe one of the girls in the family would like that. Need to round it over a little bit maybe. But we can still go deeper. Well, this is kind of cool. And I'm just starting to get my lip that I wanted here on this edge of the bowl. And we can still go deeper. Of course, I wanted this to be a quick and easy project. By leaving that in there, I'm going to double my sanding time or triple it. I won't be able to easily sand in there with my 2-inch disc. And I see I need to clean up my side here a little bit. I want to go deeper, but I don't want to go too deep. I'm going to see if I can't clean this side up a little bit with shear scraping. Now we can go deeper yet. Does it just look crazy to you, or is it cool? I'm trying to decide. I think it's cool. And crazy cool. Maybe it's crazy cool. Better not make that any smaller. I think I can go a little deeper yet. You know, I think I'm going to switch to a scraper. Yeah. Well, that cleaned it up pretty good. I don't know what I think about this flat side here. I knew it was going to be there. So I want to take it down in the middle a little bit more. I can't really do it. Well, let's see. I have to include my backing plate into what my existing thickness is. Right there. That's about an inch. So if I take an inch off of that, I've got about a 1/4 inch bottom. Well, it's certainly one of a kind. I don't know, would a lady want that on her dresser? Probably not, huh? But she should, because it's kind of cool. Other than my daughter, I'm not sure how many ring wearers we have in the family. I'm gonna go with that. I guess I like it. I guess it's all that I could expect. I wasn't expecting this, so I could get rid of that and make it a change dish. Come out here a little bit further. Well, no, I couldn't come much further. Yeah, I'm gonna call it done. Time for sanding. Boy, I'm curious what you think. Well, I've been thinking about how I'm going to sand this. I'm going to start with my Sandoflex at 120 grit, and then I'll do 180 grit. And I'm going to sand all of the outside, all the bark, go from 120 to 180 and stop there. I just want to get it smoothed out and cleaned up. I don't want anybody getting any snags or hurting their fingers or whatever. And then I've been playing around with my 2-inch disc just to see what I can do. I can do that, but I'm not going to spin it up and do it. I'm going to paw at it a little bit like this. Kind of round this edge over a little bit, kind of clean this up. I've already sanded this. I'm starting at 120 grit with this because it's pretty smooth everywhere already anyway. So I'm just going to kind of play with it. I'll get my mask on. I'll show you the Sandoflex, and I've already shown you this. I won't be spinning it up. I'm not sure what I'll be doing. I'll probably be doing some hand sanding, just holding my 2-inch disc up here. I don't know. I don't know. I'll get it done. I know that. So let me get my mask on and I'll show you something. Then I can kind of use it around the edge to soften all that bark around the edge. Oh yeah, that makes a huge difference. And then after 180, that'll be really good. It's even better out here already. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll just play with it. I'll get it one way or another, and I'll bring you back and we'll put some finish on there. See you in a bit. Well, I talked to my daughter. and asked her if we had any ring wearers in the family besides her. And eventually it came out what I made here, because I asked her what she did with her rings when she took them off, and she says she has a couple of ring dishes. So I said, well, what about anybody else? And she says, oh yeah. So this will be a Christmas gift for one of my family members. And apparently they like my rustic type turnings that I do. So that's a good thing. Now this does have some punkiness in there. Like right there. See how it just soaked up the finish in here? There's nothing really I can do about that. It's in the wood. It sanded up very smoothly. I'm pleased about that. You can feel any part of this and not feel like it's sharp or would snag your clothes or your fingers or whatever. And this whole little piece right here is pretty punky as well. This is smooth as can be over here. I thought I might even engrave this right here with the name of whoever I'm giving it to, or with a ring ding-a-ling on there or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that, but I thought about it. Is it looking any better to you? Is this something you'd have sitting on your dresser somewhere? If I was a ring wearer, well, I don't know if guys use these, but I wouldn't mind it sitting on my dresser, but I'm a guy, so I don't know about that part. Yeah, it's soaking it up pretty good, but it should feel smooth once it's dry and I buff it. Okay, that's generally what it's going to look like. Looks better now, right? Still not good? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, it is what it is. I'll bring it back here in a bit and we'll try and get it off of that tape. Holy smokes. See you in a bit. Well, I got the best finish on this piece I could get, and now it's time to take it off of the tape. And the way I do that, I'm sure there's plenty of ways to do it, but as you can see, I've got the piece spinning slowly, and I've got my heater pointed at it, and that just softens the glue on the tape. And in a minute here we'll just pull it right off, and then I'll have to clean up the bottom a little bit, I suppose, but that's pretty easy to do. So I'll show you that in just a couple minutes. I've had it going for about 5 minutes. That should do it. And I have this little scraper. It looks like a putty knife, but it's a scraper. It's stiffer than a putty knife, and I'm just going to come in here and pry that off of there. So I've got a little bit of residue on the bottom still. I will get some lacquer thinner to clean that off. I don't want to use denatured alcohol because alcohol is the base for the shellac, and that would be a bad thing. So I'll get that off of there and I'll be back in a minute. I didn't take any before video of this piece except me holding it, but if you watch at the end you'll see this on the turntable with my wife and I's wedding rings on it. Here it is, one Cherry Plum ring dish in the books, and I think it turned out pretty cool, pretty different. I know. Maybe I'd love to hear from the ladies. Would you have this on your dresser? Would you put your rings in this? Or is it just too dang ugly, Phil? What's wrong with you, Phil? I don't know if I like it better that way or this way. I like it both ways, really. The wood is pretty punky, so you can see that the finish isn't the greatest, but it's smooth as can be. You can feel the texture of the wood still. It's not like glass, but it's very nice. It feels good to me. And there's the bottom all finished up. I signed it in 3 places. Well, there's my name here, Cherry Plum over here, and 2024 down there somewhere. Anyway, it's all on there. And I know who this is going to, so it doesn't matter too much. See, there's even a little punkiness right there. Couldn't get a shine on there for a second. I'm really curious what you folks think, so please let me know in the comments there. Especially the ladies. So I don't think guys use ring dishes much. But it's a nice piece of wood. It finished up as good as it possibly could. Thank you, Tuffy Marginez, for sending this along for all to enjoy. If you like this video, thumbs up please, I'd sure appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. I also appreciate that you took some of your time to spend with me today. That means so much to me, thank you. I'm really looking forward to your comments. So for now, this is Phil, Shady Acres Woodshop, signing off.